Hello, what up guys, how you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory Finger Points to the Sky for the second episode of today. That's right, big thank you to all of you guys for your support on the series and for hitting a lot of likes on today's earlier video. Spoiler alert, I don't know if you actually hit 5,000 likes in 3 hours. I'm going to trust that you did. If you didn't, think yourself very, very lucky. Now, anyway, it's Sunday night, so you guys are all just sitting down, chilling, relaxing. Maybe you've got dessert or something. I don't know. But just enjoy anyway. Today we need to focus on like that midsection of Weekend League. It's never fun. It's never easy. But we are 5-5 right now, so surely it's going to go better than that, right? I would hope so anyway. The team is looking about as strong as it's ever looked, so I can't wait to get into some games. If you could do me a huge favour, hit me with a thumbs up on this episode as well. I know I was banging on about it in the video earlier, but please, smash that thumbs up button. 5,000 likes is your target. Let's try and get that before midnight UK. So the first game I come up against Red João Felix and Red Timo Werner. Nice Reds. I am very jealous, I'm not going to lie. I very much wish that I could have got something like that. What's the best red we've got? Oh, I got Red Benzema, didn't we? Who is an absolute god, by the way. I wish I could try and maybe use him a little bit more, you know. I actually like the card. He's just not like super meta, is he? And I kind of need super meta for me to be any good at this game. So I went 1-0 down to the Red Werner, Red João Felix squad. And then I missed. That's the first one of those Neymar penalties I've missed. And that is because I guess the guy didn't think I was bluffing and he actually just went ahead and dived that way and it worked out for him. But, I mean, he literally parries it out for a corner and I do the lasty corner technique and score a goal from it. So I get my goal anyway, and then Rashford ends up getting a super lucky rebound. But hey, my opponents have been getting some nice rebounds against me this weekend, so I will definitely take a little extra slice of cheese for us to go 3-1 up in this match. All right, so all is going well. This guy was, what I'm pretty sure, was this the drop back one depth guy? I'm pretty sure it was, just looking at the line of his defense right now. So I did my best to just kind of hold possession. He didn't really want to push me very much. So I just did that, and eventually I found a little bit of space to score another goal here and there. 4-1 after 67 minutes, he does decide to eventually quit. I'm not going to lie, I don't blame him, just because like I think I had so much possession in that game. Did I? Oh, 58%. That's not too bad. I thought there was a game where I eventually have like 68% possession. Maybe that wasn't the guy that was the drop back one depth. I'm not sure. Or maybe that was the guy that just ran around with his CDM defending instead of and just letting the AI do the stuff for his centre backs. That might have been that guy. You play so many games, you kind of forget like what happens in all of them. So I'm kind of, you know, trying to remember these matches as and when I watch them back to record the commentary for you guys. I do go 1-0 down to a road to the final Muriel, which he's quite a scary player, actually fairly decent. But not too long afterwards, we do manage to get into the box with that tricky man Neymar, and we are able to score to make it 1-1. Half-time, 1-1. Where could this match be going? I mean, it looks like we've had a slightly better half. Just need to actually take those chances in the second half. So on comes Ousmane Dembele, on comes Atal, and I mean, that's so lucky. The way that Dembele just rides the challenge. I think I tried a bridge, which is maybe, just maybe, why I somehow rode that challenge. I don't know, but I get given a penalty. This time he doesn't move, and I do, you know, increase my goal tally to 3-1. Right, okay, so Rashford into Neymar. Neymar is just going to, I think, probably rainbow flick. Yeah, I could see myself lining up a rainbow flick there. And again, I can't remember how many of them I do a weekend because it is one of my go-to skills. You know, when the defenders just don't push you and all you've got, you know, if you can't get through them, the only other way to get past them is to go over them, then you know, you can expect me to hit a rainbow flick. But 5-1 up and kind of cruising in the second half. He does get literally, basically one of the last kicks of the game. He gets himself a goal with Mertens. I must have just fallen asleep for a second there. And he did get through. But overall, pretty convincing win, bringing us up to 7-5. And then we come up against this squad right here. It is Hamburg, VFB, and he's got what I would class as a very meta team. That's actually the first time I've seen anyone using that red Tavernier. Tavernier, I think is the way you pronounce it. Anyway, yeah, nice way to link him using Joe Gomez and Rashford as the chem links. But we hit the break and finally get past the very good defence after 27 minutes. And I do manage to get my goal. But as you can see at half-time, I've literally had 2 shots on target and he's had 0. It's been a battle of possession in the middle, which we were slightly winning. But 71st minute hits, and the lucky bounce this time goes to my opponent. Can I really complain? Nah, because you've seen the goals that I've got so far in this episode, so no complaints really from me. At the time, I was probably annoyed though. Dembele knocks it into Rashford. I restore my lead. 78th minute on the clock. Like, there's a chance that this guy gets back into it, but really, I do think I was playing well, and I think I hit a little elastico there with Ousmane Dembele, and the amount of power he gets behind that shot, I'm surprised it didn't break the net. So 3-1 up now, feeling good, and we end up just seeing that game out. Nice victory, and again, a game I think that I deserved. Now, I was kind of expecting this. I was kind of expecting to go on a little run because, you know, being 5-5, and then you go to play on a Saturday, it's like your ELO is literally +0. So surely you shouldn't be coming up against amazing players, right? I then come up against this RTG FC. Now, if that is a legit RTG, bro, very well done to you because you have got some very insane players. You know, you got yourself a Neymar, Player of the Month Bamba, who is a really expensive card. But I think somehow he, like, bugged out. Lost connection or something, because his player was just running in a straight line and then he went. So whether or not he dashboarded, why would you do that though? There's no reason to do that. So I'm guessing maybe he got disconnected from the servers or something. But that game just didn't count for me. I didn't get a win, didn't get a loss, and actually I didn't get an extra game on my division rivals record, which is what I was worried about, because if that counts as a game and I lose out on the chance to get another 400 points, it's that much more difficult for me to get the higher ranks in Div Rivals. But luckily it didn't count, so God only knows what actually happened right there. I was looking forward to a good game against a fellow RTGer. But I think I went into this next match a little bit overconfident. I just saw his team, and I know he had Varane and stuff, but I wasn't that bothered about, like, Alex Teixeira and Vinicius Jr. Like, I didn't expect them to do much against me, but I found myself 2-0 down after 7 minutes. And at that point, I'm like, all right, Tom, please wake up and take this team seriously because, you know, he's actually winning right now and I want to carry on my good winning streak. So I get a goal back with Rashford, 25 minutes on the clock. And then Wan-Bissaka intercepts nicely. He's been so good, by the way, as a centre-back. I love him. And then Rashford gets through. Lovely work into Mahrez. Good finish there from the Algerian. Been loving him at Cam, by the way. He's definitely better than Jadon Sancho, that's for sure. So again, those of you that sort of recommended that I switch the team around to maybe get him in, it's definitely a good move. I stick the ball in in the back of the net a couple of times here. Both times I was so clearly offside. I'm like, when I watch it back, I'm like, Tom, why do you play that ball there? Come on, do you not know how football works, mate? Come on. So yeah, half-time 2-2, but I have stuck 4 in the back of the net. So technically, in my own head, I'm going to win this match because I'm already 4-2 up. But the second half, was a different story. He came out of the blocks, like, ready for it. And I get cell-phoned by Gabriel Jesus. And then he knocks it into a substitute Quincy Promes, who, 58 minutes on the clock, has restored this guy's 2-goal lead. 4-2 down now. How unfortunate for me. Haha, right. Well, we end up getting through here with Ousmane Dembele. I just sprint past the defenders and smack it into the back of the net. 67 minutes on the clock. I've thrown everything at him because I want to get back in this one. Atal, lovely ball over to Alphonso Davies. Knocking it in. That is Neymar. Good save. The rebound just falls to Dembele and I get so lucky to get that goal. Am I going to be able to win this one, though? Well, it's not looking likely, is it? Considering he's just stuck the ball in the back of the net in the 85th minute. That's all she wrote, unfortunately, boys. We ended up losing that game. GG's to that guy. He was crazy good. How I felt like he was just such a better player than me. But I think with the level of our team is what kind of kept us up. And maybe a little bit of constant pressure and team press got us back in the game. But eventually, obviously, that sort of thing can hinder you somewhat. So there's a loss. We're now 8-6. which sounds a lot worse than 8-5 in my opinion. And I go 1-0 down in the next game, and I'm like, oh god, 8-7 sounds absolutely horrific after 15. But Neymar doing good work there again from the corner technique, and it is Goretzka this time that gets on the end of it. Mahrez then gets inside the box. What do? We play it to Sabitzer, who's got a lovely shot on him. The Austrian has been so good, actually, as a centre midfielder for us. I think he's brilliant. I'm so glad we picked him. I know it would have been a little bit more beneficial to probably pick Bernat, right? I can't remember the name. Benyat is he's the Spanish centre midfielder that takes the free kicks, isn't he? But anyway, I find myself 3-2 up. Ended up like 4-2 up here, restoring my lead once again because he does get a goal or two back. But this was a game where I was 62% possession. This might be the one where I end up actually having like 68% at the end of the game. There was something about this one which I think this might have been the guy that held onto his CDM pretty much all the time and was just tracking back, and it really bugged me. It worked, and I hated it. But then again, I guess you could say maybe it didn't work because I'd already scored 5 goals against him. He does get another one back though, 5-3, and then as you can see, I just push through here with Rashford, knock it across. Ousmane Dembele's there. Whether or not that counts as his goal or it ends up going in off of Sergio Ramos, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Ousmane's claiming that one. And we beat the Venom guy 6-3. All right, back on winning ways then, thank goodness. And that brings us up to 9 wins. 9-6 after the first half of the weekend league. Only 5 more wins to go for us to reach our target then. So I unlocked the Movember kit, which is something that actually EA sent me a real life version of. It's pretty cool. Thank you very much for that, EA. Nice little gift to receive. And of course, you guys can get it in game by completing week 1 bronze. Level 6 reward. I'm just going to choose this. What was it? Geometric Owl. All right. Probably never going to use it, but cool. And then there is a pack actually. So we do get a Jumbo Gold 26 pack. Actually don't know what could possibly be in there. How many rares is that? 3 rares. So it's like a 15k pack, but maybe with less rares? Who knows? Either way, we don't get a walkout, but we do get boards, and we actually end up getting German left mid from Bayern Munich, which is, of course, the Rocket Man himself, as I like to call him, because he's so fast. It's 85 rated Leroy Sané. I'll take that from a free pack. Yeah, I mean, that's another left winger to join Left Wing FC, that's for sure. Yeah, that's great. That's a brilliant pack, because I had just sold the other one, didn't I, recently, in order to fund like Kyle Walker. Excuse me, a little bit of a cough. I think I sold him to fund Kyle Walker, so yeah, I had to get rid. Still kept Alphonso Davies though, so maybe at some point we need to adjust the team to have them back in it. Like, I guess you'll probably see that in tomorrow's episode, like what we end up doing with the squad after the weekend league is done. But I go 1-0 down to Martial after literally a couple of minutes, and I'm like, again, Lasty, mate, just wake up. Then Mahrez knocks it into Neymar. 3 minutes 58 on the clock, and there has been 2 goals in this game. I get an equaliser, and then actually we're pushing forward here in the 5th minute. We knock it through to Neymar Jr., who's just going to chip the goalkeeper. There's already been 3 goals in this game, and it's 6 minutes 10 on the clock. That is FIFA for you. And then Neymar gets it through, knocks it into Mahrez. Think I hit him with a rainbow flick, cut it inside, back to Sabitzer, back to Neymar. I think that original pass was supposed to just go back to Neymar. Didn't quite work out, but a really nice team goal in the end. And then Rashford just getting inside that defender, hitting him with a little ball roll, and smashing it into the back of the net with a Rabona finish. That was enough to make my opponent rage quit. Basically, I did that shot type because 1, I was pretty confident we were going to win. 2, he paused it after the 3rd goal, but he didn't quite rage quit. So I know I needed to do a little something to just push him over the edge so we get our quick win. So yeah, sorry, Jake, but I hit him with a Rabona goal. Rashford scored some crazy goals for me, you know. He's actually a quality player. I'm going to be sad when we don't own him anymore. But anyway, so level 8 reward this time. It is a Tifo. I think I end up going with the, I don't know, it looks like something out of Assassin's Creed or some game like that, or Harry Potter or something. I end up putting the Tifo on as well. I'm like, all right, I'm going to fully commit to this season, get rid of the Mbappe Tifo for a little bit, and we'll go with the, whatever he was called. I've literally forgotten. Come on, show up. He's on the next page, I'm pretty sure. Come on, Tom. There he is. The clinical conjurer. I mean, he's throwing fire footballs around, I'm pretty sure, so maybe that'll help me score some goals. So this is a squad that I'm going to submit for a loan Luis Figo. Obviously, with Icon SBCs coming out, they are all more expensive than their actual tradable versions on the market, which is kind of funny when you think about it. So I wouldn't personally recommend you do them. We talked about this yesterday, but or earlier on today, should I say. But yeah, I did the loan version of Figo. As long as I keep him with one game on at some point, then he'll be fine. Like, I can use him in friendlies all year, which is pretty much what everyone's going to do. So for now, I was like, I mean, Mahrez is doing great, but why not just stick Figo in for a couple games, see how he gets on? So I'm going to do that right now. And I come up against Rashford, Inform, Joao Felix, and of course Martial, Pogba, Hazard. Really nice meta team, actually. And if this guy's good, we could be in trouble. So 10 minutes on the clock. Figo knocks it into Neymar. I just hit him with the bridge. It's a lovely skill move when you get it right. And it is only against certain defenders that you should, like players that do this, where they really sit back when you're trying to get past them. But this time I ended up hitting him with a Figo rainbow flick up volley. It was super nice, and nice goal to score with my lone player on his debut, should I say. So 2-0 up at half time. I'm having hardly anything of the ball, but I don't care because I'm the one with the 2 goals, right? Then Figo ends up knocking a lovely ball through to Neymar. I'm just going to chip the goalkeeper perfectly. The loft on that, the elevation on that was just right. And Joao Felix knocks it back to Marcos Llorente, who I would like to try this inform version, you know. I think he holds quite a price, though. I wonder how different he is to his regular card. Because his regular card and his rule breaker were both pretty sublime for early game. I wonder whether that one is still pretty good. Anyway, so that brings me up to 11 wins. So I've actually gone over the win target. Normally I would try and get to like 10 for this video, but because I wanted to play a game with Figo, and because, you know, again, I wanted to just add a little bit extra onto the end of this video, that's exactly what we've done. So we're now 11-6. So from 5-5 to 11-6, that's a good little 6-1 record, isn't it? So 1 goal, 2 assists on his debut there for Figo. Probably not going to play him anymore this weekend league. Maybe we'll save him for the next one. Rashford's obviously doing bits. Goretzka and Kimmich and Sabitzer in my midfield are brilliant, especially Kimmich. Love the man. He feels like a Kante type player on this game. So many people don't rate this card, or they overlook the card, and he's so good. Trust me when I tell you, Kimmich is he's a usable player on this game. And obviously Neymar is just doing Neymar things this weekend. I'm not even calculating how many goals the Brazilian has scored. It is just too many to count. It's fantastic. But yeah, guys, that is the second upload for today. Do me a huge favor. For the extra video, hit me with a little bit of extra support by smashing that thumbs up button. 5,000 likes is your target. I nearly said 10,000 likes. I mean, if you want to hit 10k likes, you can. And of course, subscribe to the channel as well if you're new around here. I thank you for that. Come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. See what I'm getting up to on my daily life. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will catch you tomorrow with the end of my weekend league. And then, well, what are we going to do with all these players we've got? Might be time to sell. Peace.